In 2018, former Interpol President Meng Shuai went missing. He was presumably kidnapped by the Chinese state. In the latest, China has confirmed that it intends to seek a seat on Interpol's 13-member governing body. Meanwhile, the former Interpol president's wife, Grace Meng, has said that she fears that a similar fate awaits China's latest candidate. The identity of China's newest candidate is not in public domain. But since Shuai's disappearance, his wife Grace has given interviews blaming the Communist Party and recounting her ordeal. Meng has been living in France after she was granted asylum under police protection. She has remained there since her husband's disappearance. Overseas lawmakers, rights activists, many of whom are dissidents in exile, say that the candidate is a senior Chinese police official, Hu Binshen. Dissidents say that China uses Interpol's reach and influence to pursue critics in exile. Grace Meng says that she and her husband know Hu well and that they were friends. She said that an Interpol role for Hu would be fraught with peril, especially for himself. Meng said that Hu could find himself in a very difficult position, with loyalties possibly torn between his former colleague and the necessity of obedience to the Communist Party.
Hu Binshen 先生是我非常熟悉的一个人。
At the moment, China is, for lack of a better phrase, eradicating the pernicious influence of Mr. Meng Shuai, carrying out a political purge. So if Mr. Hu Binshen sympathizes with us or helps us or expresses kindness towards us, that will mean that he will be violating party discipline. If he respects party discipline, he'll be going against basic human goodness. So this is a problem.
Meng Shuai was elected Interpol president in November 2016, served less than 2 years of what was meant to be a 4-year term. After he disappeared, China announced in 2019 that Meng had been stripped of his Communist Party membership. In January 2020, a court announced that he'd be sentenced to 13 years and 6 months in prison on charges of accepting more than $2 million in bribes. $2 million, that is. The court said that he confessed guilt and expressed regret. His wife has long maintained that the accusations were trumped up and that her husband was purged because he'd been using his high-profile position to push for change.
对 Interpol
I feel extremely angry with Interpol. It's extremely clear. Can someone who has been forcibly disappeared write a resignation letter of their own free will? Interpol, that's to say this General Secretariat, was of no help at all. Can a police organization turn a blind eye to a typical criminal offense like this?
这是一个典型的刑事犯罪，你可以视而不见吗？
Zhao Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman has said that China will be putting forward a candidate because it wants to actively support the organization's goal of fighting terrorism, combating transnational crime, and making the world safer.
中方推荐合适人选。
As one of its member countries, China's recommendation of the suitable candidate to run for the Interpol Executive Committee is a concrete move to actively support the organization's goals of fighting terrorism, combating transnational crime, and making the world safer, and to make positive contributions to international police cooperation.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.